Okay, good evening, and this is part 11, I think, of the 2008 Barn Find DRZ 400 project. So we left off on part 10, whereby we'd renewed the fork seals and dust seals, oil seals, and filled it with oil and cleaned them all up because they were absolutely disgusting. And we said we were gonna shrink wrap them, and that we have. And if you noticed, this top section here is not shrink wrapped on these forks, and I'll tell you why. Because it is a problem to do on the DRZs when you're keeping the stock headlight with these stock brackets. Now, the instructions are for DRZ forks for shrink wrapping these is you shrink wrap this while it's actually on the bike, and it's impossible to do when you've got these original OEM headlight brackets, because what you do is you can shrink wrap this on your bench and then slide the fork in, and then you can have your piece of shrink wrap cut here, which is all in one circular. You can't slice it down because it just wouldn't work, and then you're supposed to slide it through and then lock it down up here, and then you use a heat gun around the top of the fork here to shrink wrap it. But you can't do that when you've got these original OEM headlight brackets. I scratched my head all day long this morning thinking, how the hell can I do it? I even tried sliding it through with the piece of heat shrink wrap, which is over here on the bench, and I tried it just didn't work. It actually heat shrinked itself like that, and then you just can't do it. So you either go for a totally different headlight bracket, which is not OEM, then you can do it. Okay, so it is possible. But yeah, I mean, Suzuki's method of headlight brackets, they are so shit, it's unbelievable. And it's really disappointing for a firm like Suzuki to think, I know, let's make these where your fork tubes have to slide through them just for this. It's stupid. They could have come up with some bracket that went top to just hung down here, that's OEM. I know there's a million ones you can get off of Amazon and all stuff like that for all the aftermarket headlights, but you would have thought Suzuki had come up with a better idea than that, because that is just over-engineered and pointless. Anyway, moving on. So I got them shrink wrapped. This time I did it so that the writing is on the side when you're looking at the top of your forks and they're all pointing in the right direction. And the reason why I tell you about that is because I dropped a bollock on the last one that I did, and when I put fork air bleeders in, I had one over here at like 9 o'clock position and other one down here at bloody 4 o'clock position, and it played with my OCD. And if you like things to line up and stuff like that, it'll play with your OCD too. So yeah, position it round the writing so it's on the side like that, so it can be visible, and make sure that the top of your forks here are pointing 12 o'clock and your air bleeders are pointing at obviously 6 o'clock on both. So as you can see, I've got the blue handlebars in today. I had a bit of a mare with the not the triple clamps, the bar clamps and stuff, and I had quite a bit of stuff in stock. So I've come up with this method here, because I had to get the bars risen up enough to clear the push button air bleeders on the forks here. So we've got quite high rise bars here, as you can see. I've kept with a lot of the OEM gear, apart from I've swapped out the throttle assembly for a NIC CNC model. I've kept the original OEM wing mirrors, and what I've done is I like the AS3 gear, as you know. I've gone for AS3 snapback levers on the brake and on the clutch. Red AS3 hydraulic and brake lines I've put in, and I like the Oxford. I haven't tightened these up yet because I need to check all the bloody clamps and everything. That I've got a big pile of them going on here. You know, hold all your wires and everything like that. A lot of them I don't need anymore now, but I'm going to put as many back on as what I can, because they cost an absolute fortune and they're like rocking horse shit to get hold of. So if you ever get your hands on OEM original Suzuki clamps, cable clamps, stuff like this that you think, what the fucking hell is that, what does it do, keep hold of them. I've got a big box of them down there full of them. Anyway, once I've decided and looked at my old pictures where they all go on schematics, I'll put them on in places and then just torque up these fork clamp bolts. But I've gone for the Oxford indicators. There we go. I've gone with the original headlight, but I have put a H7, I think, big LED bulb in it. I've just done that this afternoon, so that should be nice and bright. And I have swapped out the relay unit in here for the LED relay. And if you don't know this, and you buy these Oxford indicators and they come with little separate LED modules in, resistors and stuff like that, you don't need them, right? Just buy the 10 quid relay off of eBay, right? Just DRZ 400 LED relay, and I think I've got one in here somewhere still. Fit that, and then you're laughing. It is in there somewhere under all this shite, but there it is. They are the same looking as all your other relays that you get. I'll just get it out. There we go. LED flasher relay. That's it. That's it. WMP motorcycle parts is on eBay, so I buy mine off her. All you do is swap that out from that into that wiring module there, right, and it converts everything in your bike. I know somebody who messaged me a while ago saying he was having a mare with LED stuff. He wanted LED indicators and LED headlight and he didn't know what to do. And I just says, swap that, job done. You don't have to go put individual resistors and all the rest of the bike on every single LED section indicator that you can find. Okay, move on. I powder coated that. That don't know whether or not I'll keep it, because I think it might look a little bit tacky. It is old and used, but it's come up all right, powder coated wise. Gone for Pro Taper grips, and yeah, I've had to balance the bike on here for now because without the rear wheel on, it's top heavy and it wants to like that. So this week we're going to get the wheels cleaned up on it, new bearings put in the wheels, and get the wheels on it just to counterbalance all the weight on it. But it's coming on. Put my horn on, got that wired in. Going to be putting a tail tidy on the arse end of the bike, the tail tidy LED. I'm not putting that monstrous Suzuki one back on again. It's too much, is that, for what it is. Alright, so it looks quite cool from here, doesn't it? It's coming on. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed and you want to subscribe, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing all kinds of different stuff and projects for the DRZ related tips and tricks. And thank you very much for watching. Cheers, bye bye.